We have our special guest, Michelle Visage. Miss Chaka Khan is in the house. Yes,
Hello.
yes. And you got that microphone. We'll just put it right there. Now, you have a new song called I Love Myself.
Yes.
Now, you know that's very close to my heart.
Yeah.
You know, how do you love yourself? You know,
here personally,
yeah,
I'm faking it
You're
till I make it.
That's right.
You
that's
know,
good.
it's an ongoing process. It is, because we are ever changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Do you have a spiritual practice?
yes, I do.
What is
I do
it?
Bible study an hour every day.
An hour every day.
That's commitment, baby.
Yes, I do.
And so what hour? Early in the morning, late at night?
I start in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Start your
I
day
get
off
up
right.
out the bed, I
Yeah.
lay in the bed.
How early do you get up in the morning?
That's the thing. What is my morning opposed to
Yeah,
a
right.
normal morning?
Yeah.
Well, you know, and when I've been home for a while, I've been home for the last 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
So I've sort of acclimated back to normal
Yeah.
stuff. So I get about 9, 10, 11.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You
love
you
it.
stay up late?
I go, it depends on how I'm feeling about. Shit feels wrong. Excuse me.
You can,
French.
yeah.
You
Okay,
can say
I'll
we
think-
speak French here.
Girl.
Okay,
Yes.
so do I. And you just
Uh-huh.
don't slip out any damn way. So just be yourself. I, have a protection barrier,
Mm-hmm.
over my area, my whole
Sure.
block. I just extended it.
Yeah.
And I'm the watcher.
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
I'm home.
The observer.
I have the full setup in my bedroom of looks like a paranoid ass person.
No, I
where
love
it has
that.
cameras everywhere.
So are you
Really.
watching the neighborhood or are you watching what's
I'm
going
watch-
on in your house?
It's more spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
My watch is spiritual.
I see. I see.
So when spirit that wakes you up, you up.
Yeah.
No chance of going back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
When spirit puts you down, you're down.
Yeah.
So I go to sleep when spirit puts me down.
So and have you always been an insomniac?
Yes. He's
What-
so good. He just, you
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I mean, you've been on the road for the past
Yeah, I'm an
50
insomniac.
years, you
Yes.
know. And so
true.
and
It's
it's hard to dial down after you've been entertained giving so much of yourself.
Well, you know that now you're doing these shows. I don't know if you have the same anxieties I have. I don't have a lot of them. I have just one or two.
Mhm.
I can't eat the whole day that I'm going to
Mm.
work. I can't
Mm.
eat.
Really?
After all these years still.
After all these, I make myself think that I have a shake. I make a
Yeah. Yeah.
just to drink something, just have
To
something,
have something, yeah.
have something. And then you get off 10, 11,
Mm-hmm.
and then 12, 1, 2.
Mhm.
You're still out. You're hungry. You're starving.
Yeah.
So I had to make revisions for that too.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
going to talk about that
for-
that anxiousness because you've been doing this for a long time.
Mhm.
There's not any question in anyone's mind 10 Grammys that you are you are what you say you are.
Mhm.
And so the anxiety, what is that fear that they are
That
not
I'm
going to
gonna
like
please,
it?
Yes, that
Baby,
please, I'm
one
gonna-
thing you never have to be anxious about is that voice not being there and people not loving what's coming out, no matter what. Color Purple, all your no matter what. You have never, ever fallen. There it is.
Well, thank you.
It's true. It's so
And
true. baby.
in your eyes, if that's what you've observed, that's what I want you to
Mm-hmm.
say.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've been successful there.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I've dry heaved a couple times before I
Mm.
go on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really comfortable on stage till after the third song.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have to
Yeah.
feel that, and then me, myself, and the green laser beam, I call it.
Yeah.
Plug in.
Yeah.
Takes a minute for us to plug in.
Yeah.
And everything to be.
Do you still get
Insane.
nervous? We were just
Oh
talking
yes.
about
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I didn't get nervous but sometimes it doesn't come off as nervousness,
Mm-hmm.
People may read it a lot of different ways. Like, oh, you're just a bitch.
Mm. Mm.
But it is nerves,
Yeah.
and it's like I love what I do, but I'm like, oh, I'll be glad when this is over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Before I even do it.
because you care so much.
You know what's interesting? I remember I interviewed you probably, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, and I asked
Yeah,
you
on your
this
radio
question.
show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I asked you this question, and you commented on how that was a good question, but you didn't quite know the answer then.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to ask it to you again.
Okay.
I asked you, I said, how have you reconciled the voice Chaka Khan with the woman Chaka Khan, the woman you live with every single day? Because the voice is this iconic
It's an entity unto itself.
It's an entity unto itself. And how do you reconcile the two?
Well, I'm Yvette Marie Stevens as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yvette is the one who's been in the background holding Chaka up.
Mm-hmm.
She's witnessed everything, even the things I forgot and the things I remember. I had to honor her.
Mm-hmm.
I had to begin to honor.
And remember.
That's
to me,
amazing.
the stomped down Chicago girl.
Yeah.
Me. And once I started honoring her, then I'm able to differentiate.
Mm-hmm.
When I come home, I can shed Chaka. I can hang her up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She still tries to peek through. She's
Mm-hmm.
she still, whenever she sees a platform,
Yeah.
she tries to, because she comes, sometimes she does come through.
Sure.
But
yeah.
the thing is that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing because I'm acknowledging my alter ego.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing you can do or apply to any situation is honesty and honest look
Mhm.
at it.
Mm-hmm.
See what's really going on
Mm-hmm.
and how you can deal with it. Or if you can't do it, get some help. Do whatever the hell
Sure.
you need to do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, I get that. Some of the things, we're here at Drag Race, and before the girls go on stage, I talk to them backstage, and a lot of times I will ask them why the nerves and why, and usually it comes down to they use the nerves as to propel them
That's
forward.
energy.
It's as an energy.
force.
But then think of the idea of not having nerves and then being propelled just by the love, just by the white laser, the blue laser.
Yes, the green laser.
The
beam,
green
whatever
laser,
color.
yeah. I mean, I know you can intellectualize
Yes,
that, but
I can.
owning that emotionally, what does that feel like? What?
Well, you know how people say it doesn't necessarily. Yeah, a lot of sayings, old sayings, are very true.
Mhm.
That's why they stuck
That's
around
why they're
for
cliches are-
generations.
Yep.
One of them is if you're nervous, if you're not nervous, or you don't feel, or you're flat and don't
Mhm.
feel anything before you're doing your calling, if
Mhm.
it's singing, dancing, whatever you're doing,
Mhm.
and you feel nothing, you should probably do something else.
That's what Sammy Davis Jr. used to say.
They say you've lost the edge.
Right. I get that. But you ever seen a videotape or watch someone when they don't know you're watching and you see, or kids, what you see kids in there and you can see how beautiful and innocent it is. And it's just, it's an interesting, I tell this story a lot. My mother, we used to do shows for my mother in the living room and she would love no matter what we did. Terrible. We'd be terrible, but she'd love it anyway. So anytime I go on stage, I always think of going into Mama's living room because she's gonna love it. So if I have that kind of ease where I'm not nervous, I get a tinge of nervous right before I go on stage, but then it's gone because it's Mama's living room, and that's how I walk through all of this. Is that baby?
I spent my life doing the same thing. My kids did the same thing to me. There's some songs right now. If I heard it right now, I might shoot myself in the head because I wanted to then. I'm like, can we learn 2 songs? They do the same song over and over again. And I have to be the announcer, ladies and gentlemen. So my kids did, my grandkids are doing it now. I mean, it's a constant show.
Yeah.
The carny, it's like a carnival.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm like, damn. I said, can a bitch get 10 minutes?
No. Oh, she can.
Woo! I mean, it's a non-stop.
Yeah.
My life, at home, I get most of my rest on the road.
Sure. Right.
And
you're on the road how many days a year?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm slowing that down though. And I'm finna like travel for some other reasons, like to share some of the knowledge that I've acquired.
Yeah.
To leave something
That's
good.
amazing.
Yeah, in 2003, you wrote a book. You wrote an autobiography, Chaka, Through the Fire. Is there another book in there?
Child, it's 3 more. Look, that was part 1. I got 3 more parts.
All right, then.
So the thing is, we want to get that on film, and we're working on right now some playwrights and some, see how we're going to do.
So the Chaka story, the documentary.
Through the Fire bit. Through the Fire.
Okay.
The book.
Yeah.
The book. I'm putting it back out. I've set up my store. We've set up my store
at
now.
Chaka.com, ChakaKhan.com.
Like at ChakaKhan.com. And we're going to put the book back on sale. You know, I was with a shoddy company.
Well, it's
That's
still
been
available on Amazon,
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
Yep. But I people need to know that. I mean, I get the comments I get from women who've read that book are very different from the comments you get from them seeing me sing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I've shared a piece of myself, and we've come together. I've touched them in a way that you can't do. I couldn't do singing, which is
Right.
great.
Yeah.
You touch people many different ways.
Sure.
So my experience moved them, and they came. I get the comments that women say, your book, it really changed me. It helped me so much. So
What's the honesty, though? It's very honest, and you're very candid in it, and you're very candid about the struggles and the adversity and how you've been able to get over and, you know, and still be here today. Because so many are not able to do it. You know, I just saw that Whitney Houston thing the other day. Can I Be Me?
Can I Be Me? I just saw it the other night.
It's just so sad. It's so sad that you know, you know, there's
sad.
The energy that's projected on stage and the voice. It is otherworldly. It's of God.
It's unique.
Yeah,
unto itself, and you should not be mixing that. See, it's people like so and so, that asshole, that expect the impossible out of you. You know, they have a dream and a concept, and are often themselves frustrated artists.
Sure. Yeah.
Think that they know what to do with art.
Yeah.
How the hell can you know what to do with art? People say to me, this person sounds better than that person. I said, you know what? What they're doing is they're
Divide and separating.
What they're doing, the artist is doing, is just sharing himself.
Yeah.
It's unique unto the individual.
Absolutely.
It's their opinion. You can't compare, you know, I'm not into the shows really that do music competitions. It's not fair.
Right.
Because people are not set to listen to people for who they are and individually. We're so raring to go to judge, to wage judgment on something or somebody, which is not.
Well, just you know, when you see the power of, you know, your voice and Whitney's voice, and you, as an audience member, you expect that their togetherness can match up to the divinity of the voice. And watching the Whitney documentary, you realize that she's still, you know, she was 19 when she got signed. She didn't have time to sort of match it up, the divinity of the voice with the evolution of the human being.
No.
So when did that happen for you? I know that you have a spiritual practice.
Well, I'll tell you this. From the beginning, I had more grounding than a lot of people.
Because you were kind of hippified. You had sort of you were into alternate belief systems. Yeah.
Yep. And still am. However, I've always had a strong sense of self in some way. There's a part of me, I don't even recognize her, but she comes forth when I need her. I was able to tell when I got pregnant with my daughter, I was with ABC Records and
ABC Dunhill.
Yes, darling. And Otis Smith over there was my guy. And so when I got pregnant, he said to me, you know, how am I going to make a star out of you if you're going to be having babies? Let me tell you something. What I'm doing is bigger than you, bigger than the stars you're talking about. It's the biggest thing. I said, and I will make it with you, without you, over you, under you, however which way God decides. But I'm doing this. Don't tell me I gotta stop having babies, bitch. Please.
Yeah.
And that wasn't strong women weren't around when you started recording.
Well, see, I was.
Yeah, amen.
I ain't playing.
Yeah.
I don't have any problems with men. And you know, I get asked that question a lot. Was your life any more difficult because you were like one of the only? You came from that era where there were a lot of men. You know, more men doing this work than women, and women were, you know, the glass ceiling. That's it's still there for everybody. Doesn't matter what you do in this business. Yes, there's a glass ceiling for me, and I'm constantly, even now, trying to break through.
Really?
And
Chaka
be
Khan.
me and really be the artist that I've become.
People aspire to be like you. You're here. There's great vocalists, like these new competitions that come out. The kids never get anywhere with it. They get their record deals, whatever. But you are always a name that continuously comes up.
Yeah.
Very few. Chaka Khan's always up there.
By the grace of God, I am on. I know, and I recognize how blessed I am.
Yeah.
What favor is on me to still be of some relevance at all today.
Yeah.
With these
Amen.
young people.
Amen.
When did you find your right rhythm? Because through the book, through the fire, there's ups and downs, and every human faces that thing. But it seems that but in the past, since that book, actually during you found your right rhythm. When did that actually happen?
It's still happening. As I'm ever changing inside, I'm a hormonal mess. So my feelings and desires and wants and all those, they are fluctuating all the time. There's some things I would love to get a hold on and say, I won't go any further than this. This is it. That's it. That's it. But how frail humanity is.
Yeah.
So that's a constant battle.
Yeah.
And that's a constant reason for me to get tighter, to tighten it up.
Yeah.
And to downsize and to get my ego, put that bitch in check.
Yeah.
We could all use a lot of her.
Yeah. Now, I'm reading this book, The Warmth of Other Suns. It talks about the migration of Black folks from the South to the North. And I know your folks are from Georgia.
So they probably end up in Chicago.
In Chicago, yes, in New York,
yeah,
in Cleveland. And then in the 50s, like my parents moved to California. I'm from San Diego. And obviously
From where?
They're from Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
So my father's side is from Louisiana.
Oh, really?
Genesis, yes.
How about that?
That's our freckles.
That's where the freckles. But what's interesting about you is that your generation in Chicago, you were not held back in this. You were kind of hippified. You were
I lived
into
in Hyde Park. I was on an island in the middle of the ghetto.
I didn't know. I don't know about Hyde Park.
Hyde Park is where the University of Chicago is.
Okay.
I lived in the Chicago community, in a college community.
I see.
Both my parents worked for the university.
I see.
To research.
Right.
So I was lucky. I was so blessed to be in that fucking city. It's the most racist fucking city.
It's pretty bad.
It's really bad.
And you were introduced to Muslims.
Yes,
and
white.
But it's a very segregated
colors,
city.
Yeah.
All colors of people, and I didn't see myself as a color. That's why all my early albums and stuff are black and white. My favorite pictures. I think I'm best. The best characterization of me that the person you get is to put me in a black and white film because that's where I live.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's just interesting
I fought with the Panthers, and when I fought for equality. I fought for the equality of people. You understand?
I do.
And so I was not like one of them irrational revolutionaries that run wild and whack.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask, we're going to take a break, but I want to ask you about that because, for a lot of Black folks who had come from the South, there were a lot of sort of visible shackles where you couldn't branch off into new ideas. And it always interests me about your stories that you were interested and not afraid to explore different cultures. You changed your name. You expanded. But we're going to take a break. I want to ask you about that. Okay. So we'll be right back with more Chaka Khan right after this. Girl, you need some extra money.
Are you offering?
Well, I know who is. Lyft is the premier rideshare company, and they are looking for drivers.
All right, they can let you be your own boss, pick your own hours, and earn up to $1,500 a week.
Sign me up, honey. I love $1,500 extra dollars a week.
And by the way, you're driving your own car.
That's great.
You ain't borrowing. You're just going in your garage or out on the street and you're saying, start the ignition and go make some money.
That is perfection. Look, child, if you want some extra money,
have to twist anybody's arm, baby.
No.
We have a special offer for y'all. Sign up today at lyft.com. That's lyft.com/Rue, of course. You'll get a $500 new driver bonus after you complete 100 rides within 30 days. 500 smackers. Go to lyft.com/Rue.
We are back with Chaka Khan. We're talking about, starting out in Chicago and this whole, this broadening of the Black experience, which is always interests me. The next generation of the children of the people who escaped the Jim Crow laws of the South going north and deciding, I'm going to open this up and I'm not going to be afraid to explore different religions, different cultures, and all of that. Now, who introduced you? You said your parents were in the college system?
Yes. However, my mother was a very stern woman. She was like the warden, we called her. Because we couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't do shit. Then when I moved in with my dad and his wife, she was white.
In Chicago?
In Chicago, yes. I moved into Hyde Park. Well, I was born and raised for the most part in Hyde Park. When there was a time when my mother did move farther south, near 79th Street. Well, the Muslims own damn near the whole street now. So, and I went to Catholic school there. I wanted to be a nun.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Huh.
Till I gleaned what was really going on with those women.
Right.
Oh hell nah. When our nun would be standing, Sister Rewind would be standing in the center of the class, and she'd be talking to us, and then Sister Ania would walk in, and this feeling would just take over the room.
A darkness? Or
No, just a feeling. And we all thought it was the Holy Spirit. We said, oh, it's the Holy Spirit.
Oh, to be young again.
Now, you know what I said?
Yeah.
It was the Spirit, yes.
Yeah.
But if she weren't holy.
Yes.
And I recognized that, like, first time I was in a situation with dykes. I went to a club. It was all, female. I used to do a lot of those clubs.
Of course.
In New York.
Yeah.
And, it probably wasn't ever supposed to, but it took a minute. I mean, it took a minute for you to realize to think back on that and say, oh, this is the same fucking feeling.
Interesting.
It's exactly the same feeling.
Interesting. Imagine that.
That's what was going on. That's why I couldn't go on with that. I had my family calling me Sister Marie Yvette.
Really?
I tried to join the Nuns of Sisters of Mercy with Mother Teresa in Vienna. I was in Vienna. I was staying in Vienna with my I call her my god sister. We were very close. Her name is Trouty, and she's no longer with us. But she and I went into the Sisters of Mercy, fucked up, some drugs, and she told them we want to go to Africa with Mother Teresa and help. So she said, so the nun said, let me ask you one question. I said, okay. She said, this is going to determine whether or not you have
the fortitude.
Yes, to handle, to be in some place like that. So she said, imagine two babies. One is in the throes of starvation. And there's no real help for this baby.
Right.
Yeah, there's another baby who's more healthy and fit. You have a bottle. Which baby would you give it to? Right off, without any thought, I'd have given it to the baby that was dying.
Is that the wrong answer?
Yes, wrong answer.
Wrong
answer. And
Why
then you get it.
Because the baby had no chance, she said.
They're trying to keep life going. It's amazing that a human being has to choose. But the choice is based on sense.
Yeah, on a
makes
perspective.
Fucking sense.
On a broad perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the big picture, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Could
you make that decision? Are you
obviously not? Because I gave the wrong answer. I'm not wearing blue and white.
Away.
I ain't wearing no white with a blue rim. So, but I did take a picture. I did a picture of myself as Mother Teresa. This guy in
where?
Down, he's at Georgia. Derek Blank.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he takes those pictures where he just.
Sure. Yeah.
So he did my alter ego, which was a 9.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm looking down. We'll try to pull it up for you so you can see that.
I
So
love it. Now they just told us we have to go and do our bit on the TV show. Hopefully we can come back and do some more,
Yeah, we
maybe
can.
after, because I love talking to you.
Absolutely. I love talking.
We haven't
All
even
right.
gotten into the
We
music.
haven't gotten into the music. There's so much to
So
talk
much
about.
more.
Yeah. All right. We'll be right back with more Chaka Khan after this. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?
Blue Apron.
I knew you would. You love it, don't you?
I do love it for so many reasons. First of all, I'm going to say this. I have tested quite a few of these box meals, and I've also researched quite a few of these box meals. I've tried vegan ones. I've tried every one on the market. And to this day, I am telling you, if you go online and research yourself, for all the people, all the companies that have tested 4 or 5 against each other, Blue Apron always, I'm not even exaggerating, comes out number 1.
What do you think that is? Is it the freshness of the ingredients?
Part
is
of
it
it.
the recipes?
Part of it.
Is it the convenience?
Part of it.
Is it the price?
All of it.
Wow.
The price is the most for the money is Blue Apron. The best
Okay.
bang for the buck. Also the freshest. They everything is farm to table with them. Like they know artisanal farmers that they know who they deal with. They don't go outsourcing.
Sure.
They know the farmers. They know, how they are, the due diligence. They do all the vetting. They do all the work. And they use the same people for all their stuff over and over again. The recipes are expanding. They get better every time. Because in the beginning, it was just a few. Now they've opened it up and they have so many different recipes. You can swap them out each week and you could plan what you want, what you don't want. You can get it for 2 people. You can get the family pack for 4 people. And what's great about them is not only is it's always fresh, I've never had missing ingredients.
Now, tell me about some of these recipes. I'm looking at this recipe book. Right? What is this? Garlic butter shrimp and corn with green bean salad and roasted purple tomatoes. That sounds so good.
Skillet vegetable chili with cornmeal and cheddar drop biscuits.
Oh, I like that.
Summer vegetable egg paninis with Calabrian chile mayonnaise and caprese salad.
Wait, what did you just call
I
me?
called you caprese salad. What you think? I love that new recipes are created weekly. And I'm telling you guys, this all started because I was out on tour and my husband said, I don't know, I can't keep getting frozen meals. I said, frozen meals? And they don't want to eat pasta every night.
Right.
So we ordered Blue Apron and the box comes once a week. The ingredients are there. You just follow the freaking card.
But what about people like me who aren't as familiar with cooking as you and your husband?
My husband does not cook. Girl, he has never cooked nothing. When we got married, he told me he was the best omelet maker this side of the Mason-Dixon. He made that omelet. It was like rubber. It was horrible. I thought, what about your omelet skills, bruh? No, you ain't got none. But with Blue Apron, you don't need to know how to cook. It's really simple. If you could turn the stove on and put a little oil in your pan, I prefer extra virgin olive or coconut.
Okay.
And that's the way that you do it. It's super, super easy. You can customize your recipes each week based on what you like. And each meal comes with a step-by-step, easy to follow recipe card. I have one of those things that you would hang your iPad on.
Oh, yeah.
That hangs out of your cabinet.
Yeah.
I put the recipe card on that. It is so super easy. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals. Yes, we said 3 meals free with free shipping. Go to blueapron.com/Ru. That's blueapron.com/RU. Blue Apron, guys, it's a better way to cook.
We are back with Chaka Khan, child. We've been
guys know more
working.
about music than me, child.
It's just that short-term memory.
Yes.
And you've been in the business for so long. Do you ever hear a song that you think that's you, and you think, I don't even remember recording
yes, absolutely. All the time.
Really?
I walk into someplace, any place.
Yeah.
And they're rocking my music, and my granddaughter be with me or something. She's like, Nana, they're playing me. I said, what you mean they playing me? Who's playing me? I said, you're playing me too close. So she said, listen.
Yeah.
So I listened. And then I've walked into places and heard this chick singing. I said, who the hell is that? I said, that's you.
Ooh.
Oh my God, it's funny.
That's really bad.
Wow.
But funny.
That's like a where's my purse and it's hanging on your arm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Or the sunglasses on your head.
Yeah, child.
Yeah.
Well, but you have stuffed many lives into one lifetime.
I have.
What is that about? How does someone do that? How is that possible?
You know what? I'm sure that when they're doing it, they don't know they're doing it.
Yeah.
I just got a list of all the songs pretty much that I've recorded in my history as a singer. And I'm talking about that thick.
Yeah.
And it looks like when you look at it, you say, this bitch never left the studio.
Right.
But obviously I did.
Yeah.
A
And then
lot.
you have written on so many of your
I
own
have.
hits. When did you know you had the talent for writing?
Well, I was a poet
Mm-hmm.
all my life. From the time I could start writing. I excelled in school in English and biology.
Mm-hmm.
My two favorite subjects. And I never took an art class.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And my mother and father are both also artists. They used to draw beautiful, what's the names on the
Murals.
murals. I grew up with murals. So I could see the Champs-Élysées in the dining room. They would just paint beautiful stuff, arches, archways, like look like you're walking down Via La Maria, or
Right.
something where Jesus, it looks like
Yeah.
you're in Palestine.
Wow.
Or
How fabulous is that for kids though to be able to
visual.
yeah.
It's beautiful. And in our bedroom, while we were young, we had the circus. And monkeys, a giraffe, a clown, all that stuff. And as we got older, they would change the themes. But so I grew up with artists.
Yeah.
They could both sing. They could both. They were both painters.
Yeah.
They were very right-brained.
I love that. That's what what a parent really should be able to do
Water
is to
the flowers.
introduce water the flowers. And you got grandkids, you got kids, if you had it to do all over again with the kids, what do you think? What's your proudest achievement as a parent, as a grandparent?
Well, of course, I'm proud of my children. They're both two of the smartest, wittiest people I know. Really. We laugh in a way because they're so bright.
Mm-hmm.
They have such a sense of humor that I don't laugh like with anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Get your laughs from your daughter. She's looking
Mm-hmm.
so fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I think both my kids are a great achievement. However, right now I am most proud of my grandbabies.
How many do you have?
3.
Aw.
4. Sorry.
Oh,
Lord,
that fourth
those are
one.
not
That
crazy.
fourth one.
Ooh, child, do not. I have 2 boys and 2 girls. They're gonna kill me.
No, you corrected yourself quickly.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But the oldest one is Raven. And
She's lovely.
she's-
She's a sweet energy. And it's just I love being in her presence. It actually makes me feel calm. We had a hard day today.
Yeah.
I did a lot of stuff. But being with her, there's a sweetness about her.
She is a very calm and a very efficient person.
Mm-hmm.
She's great with kids. To anybody who loves kids and has the patience for children,
Mm-hmm.
this is something about you. She's not great with dogs.
Mm-hmm.
She's too much responsibility for her.
Yeah. But you're on the road all the time. Do you have animals?
No, I know. I did have a bird,
Mm.
a gray, African gray,
Uh-huh.
which is my favorite
They're
bird. They're
beautiful.
so smart.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful. I love my. And this one,
They're
I nursed-
talkers too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I nursed this one from a baby. I used to give him pablum and shit, so we were really connected.
Yeah.
It's what was his name? Casey.
Uh.
And so I gave it to my father. My father was a double amputee. He lived up north in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And on his birthday, I used to give him send flowers and shit. He said, Yvette, enough with the fucking flowers. So I said, okay. So let me think of a good gift to give him. So I was concerned about my bird because I was traveling a lot and I couldn't take him everywhere with me.
Yeah.
And I felt there was a disadvantage to him and me.
Sure.
So I gave him to my dad. And my dad used to turn all the lights out at night and talk. That's how the Chinese people teach their parents to talk.
With the lava lamp.
With the lights off.
Oh, I see. Right.
At night,
So they
before you
could
go to
focus on.
bed,
Yeah.
Talk.
Mm-hmm.
And the bird came up with the name for my dad. What do you call it? Crow?
Mm-hmm.
He called my father Crow.
Hmm.
But then my dad was smoking a lot of weed and the bird was eating a lot of roaches. So
There you go. That's the truth.
Now, when you have a name, you change your name from Yvette Stevens to Chaka Khan.
Yes, that was the spiritual. That was my Pan-African time of life.
Yeah.
I was, when I was singing African songs, I told you with that group called Shades of Black. We were working a lot with the community at a place called the Afro Arts Theater, which is on 47th Street
in Chicago.
It's an old movie theater that got turned into the Pharaohs, which is the band.
Oh yeah,
we worked with, turned it into, made a stage and made it a theater.
Yeah,
where people could come every weekend and see them play because it was like a whole lot of drummers, and then there was a band. And amazing musicians.
Wow.
And then Darlene Blackburn would dance every Saturday, Friday. Bobby Get Down Brown would sing. The Shades of Black, which is my group, would sing. We'd sing Letta Mbulu, Hugh Masekela, Miriam Makeba, and, maybe, I don't know who else on the show, but those are the three major people. But we also had this way of life. No meat. It was very healthy. Good thing for somebody my age. It was no meat, no drugs, none of that stuff. You no makeup. We made our own clothes. We used to wear gay legs all the time. And I used to make like leather stuff. That's edgy.
Yeah.
But after some years, every 2 years was a naming ceremony. So they would invite up this Baba from West Africa to come to America, and he would give each of us a name, our spiritual names. My whole name is Chaka Adune Adufe Yimoya Hodari Karifi Khan.
Oh wow!
Each name means something. Has a meaning. Is a guiding spirit, not Khan. That is like having the name Jones in India, because I married an Indian guy. So the Khan fit really nicely out there.
Yeah.
But Orishas are what they're called. The spirits are named after Orishas.
And is Takaboom was also part of that spirit? That's her spiritual name. That's your sister. Now, when you change your name like that, do you ever get used to? How do you get used to hearing the other name? I mean, you said your father would call you Yvette. When you think of yourself, do you think of yourself as Chaka or do you think of yourself as Yvette? Both.
And many, many more. There's so many bitches in here.
Yeah.
Without names, without handles.
Yeah.
I just know her. Or she come.
No, it's just interesting. We talked about this a little bit earlier about, the Black experience and how, my parents come from the Jim Crow South, and there's a lot of internal, for lack of a better word, shackles, and when you step out of that and you are experiencing other cultures, other religions, you married someone from another country.
Yeah, they call me Chaka International Khan.
Exactly. I'm always interested in people who have the chutzpah to break out of what they grew up with and expand, because you were a teenager, a child.
You know what? My father was a great influence on me. He was more like a friend and a teacher than a father. He, when my mother and father broke up, he moved to Ibiza, Spain.
Really?
Yes, he's a photographer.
Yeah.
Way ahead of the curve.
And he took some amazing photos there, still life. And when he came back, I saw these photos. I said, I've got to see shit like this. There was a red cat sitting in front of a green door. And I said, why does this make such a big impression on me? He said, I know why. He said, it's the air. He said, every country is a different color. Every state is different. And it's true. The sun hits everywhere differently.
Yeah.
And the ground and the air is a different. It really has color.
Yeah.
There are colors. And he told me that, and looking at his pictures, I think that's what put the travel bug in me. It was gone. I mean, it was just not. It just became me.
Yeah. Well, there's a richness to. I mean, from the first time we heard your music, there's a richness, and there is an international flavor to it. It's not just soul music. It wasn't just rock music. There was this, and it really embodied the early 70s of Sly and the Family Stone and this sort of multicultural thing. You attribute that to your father's influence, your mother? I'm just trying to put my finger on that thing.
Both parents, because my dad, I'm a horn singer. My dad played a lot of horn players and drummers.
Right.
growing up. Max Roach was his favorite drummer.
Wow.
In fact, my name, Yvette, is named after a Stan Getz song.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Wow.
Sax player.
Yeah.
So I heard a lot of sax, a lot of muted trumpet, and things of that nature.
Yeah, because your
horns.
voice does emulate the horn. Because
horn.
when it goes into the bridge of "What You Gonna Do for Me," and the horn takes over, you hit a note, and then the horn takes over from that.
I'm a horn player. I'm really a horn.
Yeah.
That's how I see myself. Not as a female vocalist, but as an instrument.
Yeah.
As a horn.
And
then I have the drum influence as well. My father used to take us on the point at night, smoke weed, drink wine with his friends at night and in summer, and they all play congas. And that was like so rich.
I love
it. It's such a rich, artistic and culturally rich life.
A way to see the world. It's just so beautiful. Now, and you've worked with so many incredible people. I think, listen, from Quincy Jones to Stevie Wonder to Ashford and Simpson, and but the stuff with Arif Mardin is especially exquisite because you are such a huge instrument, but his restraint with you, the way he was able to, be very specific with how he produced you, is exquisite. Could you talk about it?
That's my best. Those are my best years.
The Arif Mardin years.
The 80s.
Yeah.
The 80s.
How many albums did you do with him?
I must have done at least about 10, because I know we did one a year.
Wow. What was he like? What?
He was from Turkey. He was Turkish, Istanbul, and he migrated with his family here. I think his family in Turkey were high ups in government or something like that. But he was a great. Quincy Jones discovered him.
Oh, I didn't know
in
that.
Europe.
Wow.
Saw him playing, I guess, with a jazz band.
Keyboard.
Yeah, he was a jazz player, and he told him, he said, "You got to come with me."
Yeah. Amazing.
And then when he comes to America, he ends up producing. He gets with
Atlantic.
Yeah. That's right. Thank you. With Atlantic. And he started producing. He produced Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
He produced
Roberta.
Donny Hathaway and Roberta. So, those are good names.
Was Emmett Artigan also Turkish?
Emmett Artigan, yes.
I get it mixed
him
up.
very well.
What did I say? I get it backwards. He's also Turkish. Yeah. Were they?
It's a Turkish connection. They're really.
And
Atlantic Records is definitely in the high ups, a Turkish connection.
Yeah. And you worked with so many, Prince was a huge fan of yours and signed you. Were there any big stars, like producers like that you wish you had worked with, that you didn't get to work with? Because I know you worked with Miles Davis.
That's my biggest achievement.
Was working with Miles.
I consider that a really great achievement.
Yes. Yeah.
Here's a man, and Dizzy Gillespie.
Yes.
Come on.
That's
I worked with some jazz greats.
Yeah.
Echoes of an Era.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
Chick Corea.
The jazz great.
Stanley Turntine.
Stanley Clark.
Stanley Clark. Yes.
I had I had the best, the people I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
So I was scared to do that album. They had to come find me.
What, for the Echoes of an Era?
Yes.
Yeah.
They had to come find me. And brought me back and I was really fighting to go into. I was scared.
Why?
Because I respected jazz. I respect jazz. I see it as high as cerebral music.
Yes, it is.
And I didn't feel that I had what it took to kiss the hem of the gown of that lady jazz. High respect.
Wow.
So when I got up in there, I'm looking at cuckoo songs I've never sung, like Spring Can Really Hang You Up the Most. I'm like, I don't really like this song. But they said, just sing it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
What's his the keyboard? What's his name?
George Duke?
Chick.
Oh, Chick Corea
said to me, I said, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I was just sing it.
Just open your mouth.
And that was it.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
But little did I know that I had a lifetime of training.
Yeah.
It started out at a very young age.
Yeah.
It stuck with me on jazz.
Yeah. Now there were singers too who also sort of emulated your sound. I know that Saida Guerra would say that you are her favorite singer of all time. And then Vesta. Now, did Vesta start out as a background singer?
The Chaka Khan
for you?
School, yes, started. There's the Chaka Khan School of Music. And a lot of girls came through my camp and learned.
Crystal Bernard.
Bernard, yep.
Yeah. Karen Bernard.
Yep. but these are great singers already.
Mm-hmm.
These bitches already had the gift.
Mm-hmm.
But in learning how to sing behind me, which is no easy feat.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of control. You have to be your notes. I don't play flat or I don't play sharp.
Oh, wow. Your auditions must be tough.
And I hired them because of what they have to offer.
Mm.
You know, I'm not like in their ass. Sing this, they said, listen to the record.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can enhance what I've done for stage, I'm happy.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I encourage growth.
Mm-hmm.
You were never a part of Wonder Love, though. Were you?
No. We just toured with them. No, I toured with
Wonder Love was the Stevie Wonder's girl.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. And Stevie, you guys on the first, we're going to go to break in a minute, but I know that on the first Rufus album, you guys did you covered a Stevie Wonder.
He came to the studio.
Wait, for Maybe Your Baby? No. You guys covered it on your own.
Yes.
And then he heard that and wrote you Tell Me Something Good.
Yes.
And it's been a lifelong relationship all these years.
That's right.
Amazing. You know, it's so funny that your energy is similar to his.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a sweetness, and even the timbre of your speaking voice is similar to his. Yeah. We got Chaka Khan.
I'm honored.
There
No,
you
that's
go.
an honor for me.
Yeah, he's
Anything
amazing.
like Stevie, I'm happy.
Amen.
Okay, we're going to go to a quick break. We got a little more time with Chaka Khan. We'll be right back after this. Girl, are you in need of some extra money?
Hands open.
Well, try Lyft. Try Lyft is the best ride-sharing app in the world. Lets you be your own boss, pick your own hours, and earn up to $1,500 a week driving your own car.
And it's your own car.
That is so comfortable.
Talk about convenience. You know your ride, right?
Yep.
Unlike other rideshare apps, Lyft has a tip button in the app so they can actually tip the drivers. But here's the thing. Lyft lets the drivers keep 100% of the tips. And with Lyft, you don't have to wait for paychecks. With Express Pay, once you have the $35 in your account, you can cash out at any time. You keep 100% of the tips, and they add up fast. Drivers have been paid over $200 million since the feature was first introduced. And Lyft even has taken the guesswork out of pickups. A new AMP device uses color coding to help passengers find their drivers.
I got to tell you, I prefer Lyft over any other ride-sharing app. I think the drivers are nicer.
They're happier.
I think they're happier.
Yeah, I think because they're pink.
I think so, and that has a lot to do with it. I think if you are looking for some extra cash, I think Lyft is the best place to go to make that extra money that you need in your life.
Yep, but we have a special offer for you, of course, because that's how we roll here at What's the Tea. Sign up today at Lyft.com. That's LYFT.com/RU, and you'll get a $500 new driver bonus after you complete 100 rides within 30 days, which, by the way, if you're a parent or understand, you can do 100 rides in 2 days.
You certainly can.
Yeah, that's $500, you guys. So go right now to Lyft.com/RU and start driving today.
We are back with Chaka Khan. We're just sort of retracing her steps, and there have been many, many steps. You can go to chakakhan.com for information on the tour. Yep. There's a new song out right now called I Love Myself, which has been the theme of this conversation and just revisiting this amazing life. You know, we talked a little bit earlier. A lot of people haven't made it. Some people get caught up. And I'm sure, and you've talked about this in your book, Chaka, Through the Fire. You know, there are times when it's been tough. In hindsight, what do you think the metaphysical meaning of some of those obstacles were? Some of those personal demons. What was that? What was the meaning of that?
Well, I believe, that, you get tested. Now, you could say, tested by who? There are many forces out there prepared to test your ass. So you need to see them like that, or recognize them for what they are, get the information or the knowledge, and move on. You cannot live in any one place. You got to keep moving. So when you get the lesson, keep moving. I mean, I have some scars that are fabulous. And these were God slaps.
Yeah.
And you have to kiss the paddle. And be thankful for the lesson.
Yeah.
and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Next. I don't know what I want, but I have a great idea of what I don't want.
Hello. We talked about your early years, and you've experimented and explored different religions and different ideologies and concepts. But you also talked about your spiritual program is a Christian one. How did you land on that, or do you mix everything up together?
No, I don't. I really don't. I read Khalil Gibran. I love him. I love that book.
The Prophet.
The Prophet. It's just straight. Have you heard the musical one?
No.
Order that if you can.
There's a music
version. They have
version.
one with Arif Martin.
Oh.
Did the music behind it. Make you'll be fucking a puddle of fucking tears. I was in a puddle.
Wow.
Just beautiful.
And it's music and spoken word together.
It's Khalil Gibran only, and he did music behind. It's not the whole book, okay, but it's several chapters.
Okay, I'm gonna get that.
I love the way him, because he's in a non-religious way.
Yeah,
he discussed every aspect of life, having children, marriage. Just think of it. He covers it in that book. Yeah, and so I especially loved. To need a straight answer. He's good for those. And it's also entertaining, the beauty, the poetry of
it sounds like, I love to listen to audiobooks when I go to bed, and it sounds like a perfect thing to listen to right before you go to bed.
God, yes, the Prophet. Absolutely.
And so you've landed in Christianity. And tell me why that. Of all the you've tried out everything.
Well, except demonology.
None of that. Right.
I haven't done that.
Yeah.
No. But I have looked at many religions, not necessarily with looking for a way to worship God. I don't need any help with that. I don't believe we need help.
Right.
He gave you the power.
Sure.
If he gave you the power to banish negativity in his name, if you can banish demons and demonic shit and the stuff that is really not going to be, if you can have the power to do that, you have the power to make a glass of water, holy water, with his blessing.
Yeah, I believe that.
So we have a lot of power, spiritually.
Most of them are afraid of it. And you've seen this. You've given advice to friends, and they want to stay in the problem rather than the solution.
Absolutely.
And but a lot of people
malcontents. There are lots of those.
Yes,
lots of them. I refuse to go into. I don't like the way I'm treated at churches. I don't. It does not put me in a way, or make me feel comfortable talking to my father. They treat you, even in church, they treat you like a damn star. That's fucking insane. Right. I'm not trying to sit on the stage with the other elders. Yeah. Just because I'm a singer. Right. I grew up in a Catholic experience. That was my growing up. There's some sick ass shit about that shit. Wherever religion is flawed because man is flawed. Yeah. God never said, he never said nowhere, this is religion. This is how to worship me. Right. Did he? Right. So I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. I do Bible study. I have a couple friends, that if they're around, we do it together. For the most part, I just do it on my own.
I don't remember you doing a gospel. I know you've done a jazz album.
I've done a few gospel songs. I've never done a gospel CD. Yeah. And I love gospel music. Yeah. I love it. Just like I love Irish folk music. Sure. Love it.
Beautiful. I would love to hear a gospel album from you. I would love to hear you do Albertina Walker, I go to God in prayer. Do you know that song?
It's a great idea. I mean, many people ask me, why aren't you singing for Jesus? I said, who the hell you think I'm singing for? Who you think gave me what I got? True? What the hell you talking about? They piss me off when they say that shit.
Well, just like you were talking about in the organized religion, there's a way.
Yeah. Suffer, please.
You remind me of Sammy McKinney when you said that. We have a mutual friend, Sammy McKinney.
Yes.
I told Chaka the story. The last time I saw Sammy, I ran into him just off the cuff, accidentally downtown Los Angeles. I said, "What are you doing now?" He said, "I'm looking at fabric for Chaka." And I said, "Oh my goodness!" And in hindsight, I remembered that because that was the last time I saw him.
My love,
And
my
I'll
sweetheart.
never forget the last time I saw our beloved Sammy McKinney.
God bless him.
God bless him.
God bless him.
Think about him all the time. He was a connector. He's one of those people who would connect. I know so many people
My
because
God,
of
me
Sammy
too.
McKinney.
So do I.
You know?
So do I. If you just talk to him, you mention somebody that you like,
Yeah.
he makes sure you get there.
Yeah.
Aw.
I could have met freaking couple people before they died. You know, like I could have met a couple people. Who was it that there's a lot of actors and actresses, but most of them are gone. The ones that I love on TMC.
Turner Classic Movies.
Baby,
Yes.
yes, Turner Classic. We have a love affair there.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Especially I love it so much. But you know, Sammy was a songwriter, and he did hair. He did everything.
He did anything.
Yeah, Renaissance.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
Renaissance man.
Renaissance.
He wrote a song from Tu Wong Fu that Chaka sang. It was called
Aretha Franklin
Turn-
sang a song.
Turn-
Thank you.
What's it? No, it's called. Oh, I can't remember the short-term memory again. You know,
Yeah,
but it's all right.
I know it sounds like Aretha. It's like an Aretha.
That's
Franklin.
long term, baby. That's
That's
long
a while. That's a
term.
while back, sweetie. Yeah, you all right on that one?
Yes.
child.
You know. Okay, so just moving on. You know, we only have a little bit more time with Chaka. I could talk to you forever. It's such an incredible life story. What do you want to do? What do you want to do that you haven't done already? We talked about, I know you've done Broadway, you've done theater in London, you did Mama I Want to Sing and Color Purple on Broadway. What about movies?
Well, I got approached, you know, to do a movie with Pacino.
Wow.
Yeah, and they started filming in January. I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what it's about. Don't ask me because they wouldn't tell me.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's gonna be interesting. I'm
Are
filming in New York. We'll start in Manhattan and move up as the picture progresses to upstate New York. And you know,
Are you scared at all about doing it?
you know what scares me the most? The spiritual combat I'm gonna have to be doing on this trip.
What do you mean? The spirit of
Spiritual combat that's gonna
Spiritual
happen.
Oh.
Yeah. I know upstate New York.
Yeah.
You know, I know it very well. It's blood soaked. All the ground around there
Sure.
is blood soaked.
But you lived in Europe. I mean, you lived in
I've lived in a lot of blood soaked places, but I know how to protect myself. Trust and believe. That I've gone in hotel rooms. I said I can't stay here. There's too many people in here.
You were kidding, really?
Oh, I mean it. I'm serious. Because the dangerous places, people go to hotels to do what they won't do at
That's true.
home.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
Amen.
But that's not leaving a really nice stare. Shit.
So the acting part of the movie doesn't scare you. It's the atmosphere of upstate New York.
And, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Because you lived in London. You lived somewhere in
Germany.
In Germany. Where in Germany?
And in Mannheim.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mannheim.
Mannheim. And then I lived in the Pfalz in a place by Bad Dürkheim in a village called Weisenheim am Berg.
Yeah.
It was sweet. And I had a bicycle
Yeah.
and I had a basket. And every Thursday, the butcher killed some animals. And that's how we ate meat.
Yeah.
I go to the butcher and get some cuts. Leber Knödelsuppe I used to cook.
Yeah.
And a boyfriend. That's why I was there
How long?
for 10 years.
10
Wow. So you
years.
learned
And then I
German?
also had my house in England. I had a house in London that I just sold 2 year and a half ago. I had it for like 30 since Mama Wanted to Sing.
My goodness. What part of London?
And West Hampstead.
Oh, beautiful.
Lovely area.
Now, over the years, you're talking about real estate and all this. Are you good at business?
In some aspects of it, because it ain't rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most business is just what it is. And you have to be able to decipher and to glean, you know, when a motherfucker is going off track. And they do, contract.
Sure.
You have to just, you know, just keep it real, keep it simple.
Yeah.
I hate business. I hate the fact that business is so intertwined with what I do for a living. Because this is the last place business should be fucking.
Well, it's show business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you don't want business in your art.
In my art.
Yeah.
That's the pure aspect of it. And that's the part that they're going after.
Yeah.
You know.
But you've seen the acts come and go in this business. The most talented people who can sing. But,
that don't mean they got everything it takes, the fortitude too, you know, to fight the powers that be.
Sure.
That's what it comes down to.
It does.
And protecting yourself.
Yeah.
And you got to hire some people that really feel like kicking ass in your behalf.
Yeah, yeah.
And hope they're up and don't take you for a ride.
Right.
China, you know, absolutely. You know, you got to watch. Because you can turn somebody into a criminal by just not paying attention. The shit, you know, I have to remember to ask, how's the Let me see.
Right.
You know, all the little aspects, I try to, you know, keep everybody know, I see you, I know you're there, I know what you do, and you do a great job. Here's what I want you to do next. So I have to, you know, keep giving them challenges, keep them interested. And I let people be what they are. I let each of my girls sing, you know, by themselves. Because those girls are all great singers. I'd be remiss if I didn't let them sing. It'd be cuckoo. So you just have to, I'm still feeling my way through life.
Yeah.
I don't have any set anything. I can't afford to. The way, the abstract shit that's thrown at me.
Yeah. You have to remain flexible.
You have to remain flexible. That's the best advice I can give anybody who feels confused and like being slapped upside the head 59 times. It's not that, you know, it's just that you have to accept the fact that you have no control and go from there. Shit, and trust your fucking instincts. That's what it boils down to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to ever accept that they don't have control. Because the ego will kill you.
I know. I certainly do.
Amen.
I certainly do. And, you know, I love that, staying flexible, because, you know, things come along, opportunities come along, bad things come along. And if you are not able to dig deep into your gut and just let it wash
and follow
through. Yeah.
Follow. All money ain't good money. We were just over at CO2 in England. I have to go back there in a couple.
What's CO2?
It's a great venue there. Club. It become a club or it become a big venue. They can break it down. It's all made from some futuristic freaking tent material. But it's it's a really good venue. Everybody plays there who's anybody. So I had 2 nights there. The first night I did, it was great. Second night, there was a bomb threat.
Oh, dear.
Now, as you know, fucking, it wasn't, you know, focused on me, but they did say my name. And they said how they're going to make my show an explosive experience. Do you think I would take my band up in there? I said, fuck yeah. I talked to my band. We had a meeting. I said, here's what's going on. I've made the decision not to play. Anybody disagree? Not, and no one disagreed. They tried to tell me, we've got the best security here, the same security that we use at the airport. I said, I'm underwhelmed and unimpressed. That's not gonna do it, boo. I said, no, come on.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Oh God, the world. What's going on?
Well,
what
let
are we
me tell you,
do?
we're in the Branson Hicks right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Some serious change.
Yeah.
Cuckoo-ness like we're in right now. That is this very shit that brings about.
You're right.
Major amazing change. That's why I don't spend time talking about that nut.
Uh-huh.
And people ask me, what you think about this?
Yeah.
I have no comment.
Yeah, no, yeah. You know what? I'm going to that same place right now because I'm tired of talking about it. And you know, I've said this of
He's here for a good goddamn reason.
Yep.
And he's fulfilling it as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Yep. You're absolutely right. I told everybody this. When a butterfly transforms into a butterfly, it's a violent transformation. We're in that. It will turn into a butterfly, but right now it's the horrible, icky part of that transformation.
Chaos brings about change.
That's it. Yeah.
And that's we're in. We're in right now a mild Branson Hicks of the chaos that will make the change. It's on the way. We are bearing witness to the madness.
Yeah.
And just stay strong.
Yeah.
And do what you gotta do. Don't worry about that shit.
Yeah.
Because he can't control where he at either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Obviously.
He's
You're
a puppet.
yeah.
He's the biggest puppet.
Yeah.
I pity the motherfucker.
Yeah.
I pity him.
Yeah.
And that's
It must be awful to be him. It
He's
must be
way over
so
his head.
awful.
Yeah.
Just hideous.
yeah. Because he has can't even communicate. He can't fucking. He talks like a fucking carpet dealer in New York. You know, this. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, he's just insane. Kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The way he talks about people, the things he says, I'm just like, he's like a kid. He's like a lost, frightened little Gemini.
Mm-hmm. Is he a Gemini?
Yes, he is. And that gives me deeper understanding of his confusion.
Yeah. Now, we're going to go in just a minute, but I want to, I noticed that your birthday, which is March 23rd, you're an Aries, it's around the same time as so many superstars like yourself. And I wonder why are Elton John, Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, why are they all, and Chaka Khan, all born at the same time?
Because
What is
all
the
them
meaning
parents
of that?
had sex at the same time.
Yes, they were all taking advantage of that. What'd you say? 4th of July?
4th of July. It's 4th of July.
They was on
Nookie.
it.
There you
They
go.
was on their duty. They was
Because
getting it.
that's right. It's 4th of July is 9 months later, right? Is it
August, September, October, November,
December, January, February, March. Yes.
March?
8 months.
Okay.
Well, close enough.
Yeah. But what?
In
what
the
do
hot
you-
ass
We'll
summer.
take it. Yeah.
We'll take it.
What do you think the significance of all, aside from the July nookie? I wonder what that is. You were saying something about Alpha Omega, or
Yeah, well, the thing is, where I'm born in Aries, I'm the 23rd. Aries begins on the 21st.
I was like, but you're close
Spring.
to Pisces. Yeah.
I'm very close to Pisces.
Yeah.
The last sign before me rubbed off on me. So I'm on the cusp. 4 days into a sign, the last sign has an effect and influence on you. Or 4 days before a sign, the coming sign has you know.
Yeah.
So what I am is Aries is fire and Pisces is water. So I'm a lot of steam,
Oh, yeah,
a lot of hot air.
Yeah.
But the Alpha and Omega aspect as being part of the first and the last signs on the zodiac
Right.
chart
Yeah.
signify Alpha and Omega, which is I think is pretty
The
remarkable.
Yeah.
It's a remarkable time to be born. It ain't easy. As I grow older, I'm growing into the Pisces aspect of me. When I was younger, I was straight up Aries, baby. Straight up, you know. I'm coming. I'm taking no prisoners. You know, no patience. That's why I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I was telling people all day and shit. Now I have the patience. I will never have the patience with Joe, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of patience now.
Yeah.
And I see people. I see you. When I'm looking in your eyes, I'm looking in you. I feel a depth from people now
Yeah.
that I didn't have the energy or felt the time or whatever, or what it took,
Yeah.
the maturity,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
slowing down
beautiful.
long enough.
Yeah. Well, you've stuck around long enough for the blessing, and it's beautiful. Thank you so
I'm
much.
so honored. Thank you for having me.
You are absolutely.
You are a wonderful human being. I
Thank
love you.
Thank you.
I love you. I love the work you're doing. You're doing a beautiful job, and
Thank
you're
you.
just amazing human being.
I love you, Chaka Khan.
And if you need me, I'm your Huckleberry baby.
Thank you for being so candid. I think people are really going to love hearing this and hearing where you are today, because we've been with you the whole journey.
Yeah,
and
it's
this is a different Chaka Khan.
Yes,
It's an evolved Chaka Khan.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you, and thank you, Michelle Visage.
I didn't say
Michelle.
shit, but I learned so much.
You said quite a bit.
So much.
You said this is my night. I was like, ooh,
That's it.
I
That's
should put
my
that
jam.
back to the opening song.
Yes.
Which is this opening song. It's a damn good one.
It is
amazing.
Says
It
everything.
is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, my dear.
Thank
Until
you, baby.
next time.
Yes,
bye.
Can I get an amen? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Amen.